I'll tell you what I know. I'll tell you what I know.
David Wilcock, of course, regular Coast to Coast guest, is an author, lecturer, researcher, and has intensively researched ufology, ancient civilizations, consciousness science. But there's something else going on with David. As a matter of fact, over the last couple days, I've been getting emails from a lot of Coast to Coast listeners who have heard that David Wilcock has been receiving death threats. I thought I'd go straight to the source. David, what's going on with you?
I published an article called The $1 Trillion Lawsuit That Could End Financial Tyranny. And this is my investigation into a lawsuit where the defendants include the United Nations and the Italian financial police, the Italian prime minister, and sort of by proxy, without saying it, the Federal Reserve.
Okay.
You were saying earlier about disclosure and how you don't think a government's ever going to do disclosure. Well, in order for disclosure to happen, you first have to remove the financial architecture that would allow them to keep stopping it from happening. And that's what this lawsuit, that's part of what this lawsuit is about. It's a whole secret thing that's going on in the financial system where much of the world's gold was plundered secretly in the early 20th century. It was secretly put on deposit, and it underwrites the world's currency. There's actually over 2 million tons of gold out there, not the 120,000 tons that we're told in Wikipedia. So this is a very big secret. There's a whole world of occult financing where people have billions of dollars of black budget money in their accounts. None of it is on the above board, but then they can use that money in various ways. A lot of this was done with the guidance of other nations. It was supposed to be for humanitarian relief originally, but it's not being used for that. I stumbled into this story. It's very real. There's lots of proof, which I put into this article. And what I did is to concretize and make public this lawsuit that has been filed, which has these people very, very frightened. And I got a call from an insider, and he said, David, you better write part 2 tonight, because if you don't get it out tonight, you might not have it tomorrow.
Whoa.
And I said, what are you talking about? And he said, well, 2 different people have called me, and suffice it to say that if these people do come to your house, you will be lucky if all you get is torture. And he said, if you're really verbally savvy, you might be able to talk your way into working the rest of your life in a deep underground military base on reverse engineering or something. But if you're not lucky, then, you know, you're not going to make it. And so this was a palpable death threat, and I immediately publicized it and took actions to get people to get the word out. And now, you know, they told me that basically if I made it 3 days without a problem, or if the article got more than 200,000 hits, that I'd probably be okay. We're now at like 240,000 hits. And by you guys bringing me on the show, you may have saved my life. So I really, really appreciate that, because this is a real story. It's provable. I have plenty of documentation. The truth needs to come out in the open. So that's what I'm trying to do.
All right, David, that's one of the reasons we wanted you on, in order to get the word out that you are still here and that we're watching, and maybe that'll help you too. All right, David, you keep in touch with us. David Wilcock receiving death threats over some of the work he's been doing.